Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm Rahel's, and this will be episode 15 of my Good Morning. This is episode 15 of my song catching series, and I'm going to just start out with a song. And 안녕하세요. And I'm going to just start out with a song. And today I'm going to play you an original song in a country beat. And it's kind of a country beat, I hope. We're going to do a little bit of country style. You can say, 안녕하세요, 네, 안녕하세요, 안녕. 반가워요, 네, 반가워요. Hi, Jack, you there? Awesome. Okay, so everybody's joining in. Good to see you all. I'm going to start out with a song called In My Mind. I wrote it in 1999. So we're going to be a little country today. Hey! So sing along if you can. The chorus is pretty catchy. A lot of people sing along with it. So here we go. I'm going to put on my drum machine. Whoa. Here we go. Can you hear that? It's a little soft. I can't make it louder. Okay. It's a little slow. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, I love you still. It's really slow. I'm going to make that a little quicker. Hold on. I hope that'll work. There we go. Let's get the beat going. It's early in the morning. I wanted to catch some people in America or somewhere else. I don't know if I will. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. Love me tender through the night. Lay your head up on my shoulder. In my mind, you make it right. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. Oh my dear, how do I love you? I've lost my place underneath the stars above. Our love shines just like the night moon, going softly like a dove. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, my mind. I always will in my mind. You are my darling in my mind. I love you still in my mind. I love you still in my mind. I love you still. Well, that was really bad. That was really bad because I used the drum machine. And that was the wrong beat, man. That was the wrong beat. So, yeah. What's this one? Gotta get a better beat. Let's see. I guess that's probably the best one. Looks like the Facebook is a little slow. Yeah, oops, hey, go off. Looks like the Facebook is a little slow, so I apologize if you've got a bit of delay there. And Instagram, you're always right on the ball, even though it's run by the same people, I guess. So, yes, good to see all the people who are joining over on Instagram. It's a good time of day, I guess. It's 1:20, and people maybe just had lunch. They've got a few minutes to watch, so which is good. I never know what's a good time. I know that after 10 o'clock at night is a good time, but I'm not allowed to play here in my apartment at that time, so this is why I picked the afternoon and morning hours. So it's not the best. So, again, I'm Rahel Moore. This is the Song Catching series, all about songwriting and music making, the musical life, and in which I also introduce you to many of my original songs. And we look at them and we try and figure out what they're all about. Some of them need a little bit of explanations, and some of them are pretty straightforward. Song catching is a term that was, I first encountered it when I read a poem by a wonderful American Indian poet, and his name is Arlie. And I always make a link, so please go and read his poem and find out what song catching is all about, that term, song catching. Hi. And it's basically, in a nutshell, about everything being out there in the universe, the songs, the poems, the art, whatever is out there is already there, and it's upon us to catch it and bring it through us. We're a kind of a vessel. Bring it through us and bring it out to our world, the world we live in, and share it with you. So that's what song catching is about. Rather than saying songwriting, I talk about song catching. I apologize for the texts coming in. There'll be a little buzz every now and then. It's a busy time of day. I can't seem to find the right time to do this series, but anyway, we'll deal with it. And it means good things are happening. So this song that I caught, and it's funny because I say caught, I didn't write them, I didn't sit down, many of them, I didn't come and sit down and say, I'm going to write a song today. No, that didn't happen. I was doing something else, caught doing something else when a song comes and gets me, and I have to stop what I'm doing and then write it down and deal with the song. So this probably, I don't actually remember having caught this song, but I must have been in a country mood, or it was in a country mood and came to me. And so the style is country. Country is kind of like this if you're a guitarist, I'm doing what's called an alternating bass strum, root strum, bass strum, root strum, with a run in between the chords. Some running basses going there. Those are, that's sort of a country style. You might hear it, you know. You'll hear it fast, you'll hear it slow, but basically the guitar rhythm backup it consists of this kind of root bass, kind of alternating bass drum, and the bass runs in between. You can do it in basically the 5 keys. And most of the songs are in the key of G or D or C or A. Many in the key of G, many in the key of D, if you're playing with fiddle players, or A, you know, banjo players, whatever. Many of the key instruments are the guitar, the banjo, the fiddle, the mandolin, and vocals. A lot of vocal harmonies, which is why I really like country music. And I like the beat. You know, it's got a good beat. You can dance to it. It's happy sounding, even though many of the lyrics are about sad things happening. And it's just kind of a fun kind of genre, you know, to play in. So this song is called In My Mind. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. That's the refrain that comes back after every verse. In my mind, I'll always love you. It implies that maybe this is a relationship that was and is no longer. Or maybe it implies that... Sorry, I'm going to turn my air conditioner to a little warmer. Maybe it implies that it's a vow, kind of a vow, that now I love you now and I always will love you, we'll always be together type of thing. So it can imply both things, I think, but let's see what it goes on to say. It says, hold my hand and hold me closer, love me tender through the night. Lay your head upon my shoulder. In my mind, you make it right. So this is very loving. I think this is a very loving kind of image, very loving kind of setting. 2 people holding hands, 2 people loving tenderly through the night, sitting head on shoulder, making things right just because you're there, just because you're together. So I think that's pretty straightforward. Reminds me of the song First Day in August. Oh, I don't know that song, Jack. You'll have to send me a link to that. Yeah. So then we go back to the refrain. And in my mind, I'll always love you. I always will. You are my darling. I love you still. And the next verse, there's only 2 verses in this song. Oh, my dear, how do I love you underneath the stars above. Our love shines just like the night moon, cooing softly like the dove. Carole King. Okay. Send it over. But after the broadcast, if you send it over now, there's going to be a buzz on my recording. So cool. Carole King. Really, Carole King. Okay, I'll have to listen to that. Yeah, Carole King, speaking of Carole King, is a very prolific songwriter. She's alive still today. She wrote gazillions of songs earlier with her partner, what is his name? I can't remember, Gary or somebody like that. And they wrote a lot of the Motown songs also. A lot of the hit songs, she got a gazillion hits. Later she became a singer I guess because in the beginning, in the 60s, 50s, 60s, 70s, people thought, or 60s maybe, people wanted certain people with a certain look, much like in Korea today. They wanted to have a certain kind of voice, vocal quality, and Carole King just didn't have any of that. She's not super attractive, sorry Carole, but not attractive in the sense that the fashion industry might, or the beauty industry might think of that. I think she's got a natural kind of look. She's very beautiful in her own right. And her hair is, very frizzy, curly hair. So that was something that's not really favored in the beauty and fashion industry. And her voice is a little coarse. She's not a super singer. And so, but then again, neither was Dylan. I mean, talk about people who can't sing. But the lyrics and the songs were profound and very, very popular. And so later she started singing her own songs, which, kol hakavod, good for you, kudos to Carole King. She was later able to come out, maybe it was mid-70s, late 70s, I don't know, remember when exactly, and come out as a singer-songwriter in her own right, finally, pianist. So, yeah, thanks, Jack. I'll put a link to Carole King in the box, and to that song that you say, First Days in August. Okay, so, again, this song, I think it's just pretty straightforward. It's a love song about two people in the present and always vowing to their love will be eternal, and it's something in your mind. It's something interesting that it's in your mind. I think when it came to me, I was kind of in an unrequited love situation, and so my love was happening in my mind, and in my mind I had this wonderful love for somebody going on. In reality, it didn't exist, but in my mind it existed. So that's another way of looking at this song, that you can love somebody eternally in your mind. And that's still okay, because you still have love. Love, love, love. How are we ever going to deal with love in this world? I don't know. Any suggestions? I love to love. I love love, the first beginnings of love. They're so exciting. The rest of it you have to maintain, which is, it becomes work. Relationships are not easy. Many people write about that. And country songs, well, country music in itself is going to tell you all about relationships, and many of them gone bad, starting out beautifully and then gone bad. So, yeah, I don't really know what else to say about this song. I guess this one will be short, and or maybe I'll add a different song, another song onto this series. I don't know. What do you think? I'll think about that. Is the Facebook is still on a delay, so I should put my guitar setting on a delay. That's a good setting for guitar. So anyway, the chords are very, very simple in this song. Just a G to a D, a C, and a G. And then at the end I modulate. Modulate means you change keys to give it a little bit more of a push when the song's getting a little boring, it's sort of repetitive. So then I go to the key of A, which is A, E, and D. So that's basically the structure. It's a pretty straightforward song in a beat of 4/4. Hey Gabrielle, good to see you. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward song. So I think I'm just gonna, rather than ramble on and on about this song, I'll just play it one more time and try it with the new beat. I hope the new beat is gonna work. I'm playing on I'm using my Vox amp. It's a Vox Mini Rhythm 5, which I bought for traveling. It's a tiny little thing. It's about the size of it's very small. It's about the size of this guitar, half of this guitar. And It's kind of fun, like a little toy to play with. It's got a drum machine in it. It's got good guitar effects for the guitar. It's got vocals. You can plug a vocal into it and give that a little bit of reverb or something, give it a little bit of fullness. So when you plug the acoustic guitar into the electric amp, you can get some good things. So I always look for an amp that has some effects in it. My first amp was a PV chorus, and I fell in love with the chorus sound. This is a chorus sound. Let's see if I can get that chorus. You hear that? You hear those little vibrations? I have a flanger on this one. That's really crazy. I love a delay. It gives you a little bit of a delayed sound when you play. And there's a few other. There's a crazy tremolo. This tremolo. You know those Bee Gees songs? Words. And one of those Bee Gees brothers, he would sing with it like a lamb, a bleeding lamb. Anyway, yeah, that's a tremolo sound. Give a big vibration sound. So I will add that to this song, and I've got a few different drum beats on this. There's one I'm going to use, but crazy. Some jazz. Yeah, that could be kind of fun to play that. Anyway, we're going to play this song again, In My Mind by Rahel Moore, part of the Songwriting Sun Catching Series number 15. Let's see if I can... I like it with the drum. We're going to take the drum off and play it how I usually play it. When I get a real live drummer, we'll add the drum. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. Hold my hand now, hold me closer. Love me tender through the night. Lay your head upon my shoulder. In my mind, you make it right. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. Oh my dear, how do I love you? Underneath the stars above, our love shines just like the night moon, cooing softly like a dove. In my mind, I'll always love you. In my mind, I always will. In my mind, you are my darling. In my mind, I love you still. In my mind, I love you still. In my mind, I love you still. Yeehaw! Yeah, so much better than using the drum machine, that's for sure. So, I might stay on a little bit longer, and I'll bring you one more song that I'm thinking of. Let me get it up on my tablet here. It's called In the Valley. No, not In the Valley. In the Sun. In the Valley. Yeah, not in the valley. In the sun. In the sun as the cold winds blow. So, typical of country music, my songs, most of them are probably about unrequited love because that's the story of my life. Come on, give me some love. Give me some love. I love generously. I love unconditionally. I love. But I'm unsuccessful in love, probably because I overdo it. I love too much. Scares people away. Doesn't it, my friend? Yeah. So, this song was 2012. Wow, 2012. I fell in love with somebody. We fell in love with each other, but it did overwhelm us, and it was funny, I mean, maybe, I remember saying to my son, I gotta break up with this guy. And he said, why? I said, because I think I could really fall in love with him. And my son said, well, if you really fall in love with him, why would you want to break up with him? And that is the question of the century, isn't it? The question of the century. If you really fell in love with this guy, why would you want to break up with him? Well, that lasted about 4 months, and wow, it was wonderful. He's a wonderful man. You're still out there, and you're wonderful. I still love you. You're really great. And that was 2012. And, wow, 8 years ago. Time flies. Wow. So I'm going to go on with this song. It's called In the Sun as the Cold Winds Blow. And I think it will tell the story. This is a ballad. Actually, I have a storytelling song. And this one, actually, I will say that I did sit down and write this song. This kind of came to me through the experience, but I do remember actually sitting down and with pad and pencil and writing down this song. I told the story. I actually told the story, so here we go. This is called In the Sun as the Cold Winds Blow. I will sing it to you, you'll hear the story, and then I'll share the lyrics again with you. I found myself in your town. I texted, are you around? I waited a while, no reply. So I drove to your place to get a glimpse of your face. It was quiet and still, no one home. I drove all around, I got lost in your town. I found myself here by the river. I was thinking about then, remembering when you said, from now on we'll be just good friends. On a bench all alone, writing down this new song. In the sun as the cold winds they blow. While the people pass me by, I breathe one last sigh. It's my heart that's still loving you. Imagine the fiddles. ducks in the river and the gulls flying over. No, they don't pay me no mind. They float along with the tide as I watch from the side. For a moment, all my memories fade. No, love doesn't come easy. Why did we let it go? Winter breezes blow me to and fro. I get back into my car, travel north, not too far, say goodbye to you one last time. On a bench all alone, writing down this new song in the sun as the cold winds they blow. People pass me by, I breathe one last sigh. It's my heart that's still loving you. On a bench all alone, writing down this new song in the sun as the cold winds they blow. I get back into my car, breathe one last sigh. It's my heart that's still loving you. It's my heart that's still loving you. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Oh, so sad. Relationships are difficult. What can I say? Relationships are tough. They're hard. And this pretty much tells a story. If you couldn't get the lyrics while I was singing them, here they are. I found myself in your town. I texted, days of texting, 2012. Are you around? I waited a while and no reply. So I drove to your place to get a glimpse of your face. Just wanted to see you. It was quiet and still. Seems like no one's home. I drove all around. I got lost in your town. I found myself here by the river, and I remember that river, in Massachusetts. I was thinking about then, remembering when you said, from now on we'll be just good friends. Isn't that, that's the cringe-worthy, when you're in a relationship. Let's just be friends, right? You just want to cringe when you hear that. Let's just be friends. Yeah. And it was mainly, there are many reasons why. Maybe you jumped into love too fast. Maybe you need time to get to know each other. Maybe friendship, and ultimately friendship is the best way to fall in love. Become friends first and then fall in love. You know each other well. On a bench, all alone, writing down this new song in the sun as the cold winds blow. This was, when was this? November, November. It's pretty cold in Massachusetts in November already, but the sun was warm, but the winds, they were cold. While the people passed me by, I breathed one last sigh. Oh, yeah, this is the end. But it's my heart that's still loving you. And the previous song was about in my mind, but this is about the heart. My heart still loves you. I watch the ducks in the river and the gulls flying over. They don't pay me no mind. They don't care about me. I'm just sitting there and I'm watching them. They're doing their thing. They float along with the tide as I watch from the side. Ducks in the river, they just float. And if the river has a little bit of a flow to it, they just float along with it. That's life, isn't it? You should just float around with life. For the moment, all my memories fade. Yeah, so, the memories of you, right? The memories of you. For the moment, I'm caught in the moment, in the present, and enjoying the scenery, enjoying the ducks in the river, the gulls flying over, and my thoughts kind of fade. Thoughts of you, they fade away. Love doesn't come easy. Why did we let it go? As I said, I wanted to break up with him because I was going to fall in love with him, crazy as that sounds. Why did we let it go? Why do you let love go in those circumstances? Then you're left. Winter breezes blow me to and fro. The cold winds, you feel the cold winds when you let love go. I get back into my car and travel north, not too far. I say goodbye to you one last time. Yeah, accepting that this is the end. So that's the song. It's a typical sad country song. And there you go. I have given you two straightforward songs telling stories. Storytelling songs are called ballads. So these are two ballads in a country style that I'm happy to give you. And should I play one more? One more is coming to all my country tunes, I think I'll play one more because they're all straightforward, and I like to talk about metaphorical songs that have multi-meanings, but these are all very straightforward. I guess country music lends itself to just ballads telling stories. And I'm going to find this next song. It's also country, and I'm just bringing you some country songs here. They're all originals. If I feel like playing some covers, but if I do, what am I looking for? Oh yeah. If I do, then YouTube and everybody else is going to get down on me. So I play my original songs for this series. And anyway, I want to share my original songs with you. The songs that I catch and bring out, they're not just mine. They're for you. So this one's called It Won't Be Me. It Won't Be Me. There it is. And I want to share them with you because that's who I am. I have all these songs inside of me. I was gifted with these songs. And they're not just for me. If they're just for me, maybe they are just for me. I don't know, but I'm bringing them to you, and I hope that they speak to you in some way. They give you something. And anyway, all of those pop songs, all those cover songs, how do you think they got there? They were original songs by somebody, and somebody put them out there, and somebody here in this 3D world, they were lucky enough to get discovered. And producers produced them, and managers managed them back in the day, and they became popular. My songs are not mainstream. My songs are for those particular people who are individual thinkers, who are thinkers, use their brain, intellectual, sophisticated, on a different level than your typical mainstream song, which are pretty basic usually. They're pretty 4-chord, 3-chord songs that, with a basic beat. So enjoy these songs. This is called It Won't Be Me. It's another typical country song, country beat. I'm bringing you 3 different beats. One was, a bit quick. One was a bit slow. This is a different kind of a beat, but it's still country sounding, I believe, at least to my ears anyway. And I haven't sung this for a while, but it's called It Won't Be Me. This is from 2001 in January. Another Unrequited love. Wow, I'm famous for unrequited love. Somebody please love me back. Wow. I haven't been single all my life. I do have 2 children. I was married. And I do have people who love me very much. But that single one person, maybe I'm still waiting for. Maybe it will never happen. I don't know. But Send me some love, people. Send me some love. Okay. It won't be me. Using those suspended fourths. After all we've said and done, after all that we've been through, I will never be someone to you. I am not the one you'd call when you're looking for a friend to see. No, I'm not the one with whom you'd want to be. After all is said and done, I will never be the one that you wanna see. After all is said and done, I will never be the one. Oh no, it won't be me. Tears are falling from my eyes. All I do is sit and cry for you. I will never be someone to you. I am yearning for the touch of someone who'll care for only me. I am not the one with whom you'd want to be. After all is said and done, I will never be the one that you wanna see. After all is said and done, I will never be the one. Oh no, it won't be me. The one that you wanna see. After all is said and done, I will never be the one. Oh no, it won't be me. There you go. Hi, Dream7187. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I've been on for quite a while, of 44 minutes already, and brought you 3 songs in that 44 minutes. I'm just going to talk about this last song, and I will end the broadcast at this time with this last song. So you got 3 country songs talking about the genre of country music. This is song catching session number 15 with Rahel Moore. That's me. Also known as Acoustic Breezes, Rahel. I didn't even promote myself. Shameless self-promotion. Here we go. RahelMusic.com. RahelMusic.com is where you can find all about me. You can learn all about me, and you can click on the link that says download songs, and that'll bring you to where you can listen and where you can download songs. It's a Bandcamp site. You can also listen to songs on my RahelMusic.com site. I'm also known as Acoustic Breezes Rahel, Acoustic Breezes Rahel, because I play acoustically and many breezes, many different kinds of songs, types, and genres. If you go onto the Song Catching series, you will hear lots of different styles and genres. Not just one single style. So that's why it's called Acoustic Breezes. As the wind blows, we go to different moods and styles and genres and guitar styles and all that. So go to RahelMusic.com. That's where you can find me when I'm not live online. So Let's talk about this last song. The first song was called In My Mind. The second song was called In the Sun as the Cold Winds They Blow. And this third song is called It Won't Be Me. They all start with the capital I. Yeah, well, isn't that symbolic? All about me. Yeah, I guess I'm part of the me generation. Not really, but this particular episode is about I. I. So, after all we've said and done, after all that we've been through, I will never be someone to you. Wow, that's really sad. That makes me want to cry, actually. Obviously, you've had a relationship with somebody, you've been their friend, I don't know if you've been their lover or not, but you've invested in somebody else, and to that person, you're never going to be anybody. They don't give you a second thought. I'm not the one you'd call when you're looking for a friend to see. Even if they're lonely, if the other person is lonely, they're not going to call you. How sad is that? I'm going to start crying, my God. No, I'm not the one with whom you'd want to be. You don't even want to be with me. Wow. This song is really rough when I look at it like that. After all is said and done, I will never be the one that you want to see. After all is said and done, I will never be the one. Oh no, it won't be me. So sad. Tears, so sad. Tears are falling from my eyes. All I do is I sit and cry for you. I'll never be someone to you. I'm yearning for the touch of someone who'll care for only me. For a person who gives and gives and gives. I want someone only me. I'm not the one with whom you'd want to be. I think this is the saddest song of all three that I've sung today. Wow, it's so sad. It's like heartbreaking. It's breaking my heart. Wow, it's really breaking. I should sing that again with more passion and more feeling now that I know what it's really about. As I said, I don't always know what my songs are about. Even though it's straightforward, it's just straightforward, clearly saying what it needs to say. And I sang it like I was rushing through it. You see, this is what I came to Korea for. I came to Korea to find a particular singer. His name is Shia Kim Jun-soo from TVXQ. I didn't know at the time he's a superstar. You can't even get close to him. But I'm still wishing someday I will. I wanted to give him a song, and I wanted to watch his process of what he would do with the song. How he would create it and produce it and make it his own, because he is full of passion when he sings. He just looks like he's crying. One time I saw him actually burst out in tears, which was so endearing to see. And so I came here because, not just for him, but Koreans. Korean music is so passionate, it's so emotional, really. You have the pansori music, which is like telling a story, dramas, and it's so emotional and so passionate. And I came here to try and find that passion within myself. And now it seems to be passing me by. Let's see if I can sing that. I don't really want to sing it again. So, but I'll leave you with that thought. This is songs about broken hearts. Unrequited love. Very sad. And yet, the positive side of that is that we have love inside of us. And we have it to give. And so give it generously, even if it doesn't come back to you. But hopefully, they say, if you give, what you give comes back to you. So, yeah, I hope that will happen to me, and I hope it will happen to you. If you're in a difficult relationship, I hope it becomes very loving. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with me. And I hope that the next episode won't be so sad, about broken hearts, unrequited love. 3 songs again. in my mind, in the sun as the cold winds blow, and it won't be me. I will put everything in the box below, and have a good day, everybody. I hope I didn't depress you too much. At least the music is good, it's happy. So take care, and thank you so much for being part of this song catching series, number 15. Take care.